Hey everyone, in this video, let's do a walkthrough of Sintra AI. In order to do so, here we are at Sintra.ai and we're all logged in. So once you're logged in, this is what you're going to see. So first off, we have our various helpers, and you can see here we have helpers for business development, social media, web builder, customer support, data, virtual assistant, copywriting, email, talent, sales, SEO, personal development. It's all here. And we have a variety of use cases that we can take a look at. So let's just go ahead and click here where it says see all. And you can see here all of the different use cases that we can use for Sintra. Research my competitors, create a post for my social media, build a high converting website, summarize today's emails, analyze my website, SEO, etc., etc. You can create images with Sintra. There's just so much here that you can do, and there's not enough good I can say about what Sintra offers. So if you want to start off with Sintra and you're not sure where to start, well, then you can just put in whatever query you have here. So let's say, help me with my latest video. Something like that. Now we can go into more detail, but we're just going to kind of keep it simple here. So this is going to auto direct us to Soshi, our social media helper. And so she's going to ask us a few questions here. And this is how we can kind of get things moving with Sintra. Now down here at the bottom, once you connect with one of the helpers, you are going to have the voice chat option here. And this is very, very useful for streamlining your experience. So if you just click on this, then it will start to dictate your words, and it's just a much easier way of interacting. We also have our attachment button here. So if you have a specific file that you want to attach, then you can attach that as well. Over here on the left-hand side, we can create a new chat. We have our different chats that we've done in the past. You could click these three buttons here and you can pin a chat. So if there's something specific that you have spoken with one of your helpers about and you want to make sure that it's always accessible, you can pin it, you can rename it, you can delete your chats. Here we have our social media manager. So this is where we have different posts that we've scheduled. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. And this is really awesome because here we have some social media posts that Soshi has created for us. And we've got that scheduled here for December 5th. So that means that at December 5th, Soshi is going to automatically post this on our LinkedIn page. So you can see here the calendar as well. I'll just close out of that so you can see for yourself. So we can create content. We've got everything scheduled here. There's just so much with Sintra that you can use. It's different from something like ChatGPT or Grok or any other number of chat models that are out there. The way that it's organized, the way that it is directed towards helping you with your business, you get really targeted information, and the more that you speak with Sintra, the better it gets to know you and your business so that it can provide those tailored responses. So I'd recommend you spend some time with Sintra, really dialing things in, letting Sintra know what it is that's working for you, what it is that's not. If Sintra says something that's not really that relevant, just let it know, because all of that information is saved and it goes towards offering more tailored responses. And I'll show you how that works here. In our left-hand menu here, you're going to see where it says Brain AI. We'll go ahead and go here first. We'll take a look at the other options here in a moment. But Brain AI is your digital brain. Add your brand details, links, and files, and it will use them to understand you better. So you could see here that we have different connections that we have made, and we have a variety of apps here that we can take advantage of. Some really great stuff here. Google Drive, your Gmail, Google Calendar. Those are the ones that I'm using the most. LinkedIn as well. And then down here, we have our knowledge base. And this is where Sintra gathers information about you and your company. And this is sort of the brain, so to speak. So as time goes on, you can collect information, and that is going to go a long way to making sure that you get those tailored responses. So let's go ahead and we'll head back here to the home. Let's go ahead and check one of our helpers here, because I want to point out a couple more specifics. Here we have this little gear, and this is where you can dial in how your helper responds to you. So here we have this bar, and depending on where we move it, we can keep the vibe strictly professional, official, business casual, friendly and relaxed, or super chill. So depending on what your preference is, you can change that. I just like to keep it strictly professional. You can also change the message length, short, medium, long. If you're finding that the messages are a bit too long, too much information, you might want to dial that down to medium. I like to keep it long just because I want to have as much information there to take into consideration as possible. You can also specify that you want it to search Google when you ask questions. So that's a good thing. Personally, I can't, unless you really don't want that. This is something that I feel like will just is a good idea to stay toggled on. But then here with writing style, I have this toggled off. And the reason being is because I'm not really providing my writing style to Sintra through my questions. It's not really a reflection of my writing style. So not something that is that important to me. And then down here we have custom instructions. And with the custom instructions, this is where you can really dial things in. If there's something specific that you want your helper to really dial into when it's giving you responses, then you can put that in there. Let's go ahead and go here to our next, to our inbox. And here is where you can find your interactions with your different helpers. And every single day, you're going to get 10 new questions that you can answer in order to dial things in that much more. Also, we have our 4 posts to review for our social media manager. And we have different helpers that come up with ideas. And so that's something that you might want to take a look at as well. Let's keep on going down. Here we have our automations, and we have our social media manager, our daily summarizer, our Facebook commenter. So that's all very useful. And of course, we just looked at our Brain AI, and we've also got a history of all of our different chats all in one place that makes it nice and simple. So just one more thing here before we end things off. Just to let you know, thank you for sticking with it. Here we have a code that you can get 1 month free with Sintra. So go ahead and use this code, and you can use it for 1 month yourself. And not only that, but take a look in the description. And if you look in the description for this video, you'll see that we have a link to our link tree. And there you can click on the link there to get an additional 60% off your first month subscription. So a month free and 60% off your first month subscription. More than enough time to get to know Sintra to see if it's a tool that will work for you. But I can tell you personally that of all the different tools I have tried, AI tools, I really feel like Sintra stands out as offering something truly valuable. So that's all there is to it. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe, and don't forget to set your notifications for more helpful tips. Also, if you take a look in the link tree, you'll see that there is a link there for Simply Financial. If you are looking for an online bank, click on that link. You can get $50 to open an account. And if you refer your friends and family, you can get $125 per referral. It's a great deal. It's a great bank. Comes highly recommended. Check to see if it's available in your area.